Okay, I start recording. Just a second. Okay. I will able to hear. Can I start with presentation?
Okay.
Okay. So guys, I'm really glad that I can share with you my experience, and this training course will be very helpful for to know how to change the post, how to edit post, how to understand the post, you know, how actually this GPP tool inside the SolidCAM actually works. And after this training course, you will be very able to edit any 3-axis post-processor, which includes basically also the turning one. If you have any question in any moment, you can please stop me and ask the question with not afraid, you know, this is online training course, so I will be very glad if you have any questions in any moment.
Okay.
Okay, so first I will start with few slides, just you know, some basic stuff about the post processor and what is it and how it works actually inside the GPP tool. So as you already know, we have the SolidCAM interface, and here on the left side there is some operation, some CAM part, and with the post processor, which is basically now in 2013 GPP, PRP, and VMID, you can generate a G-code, which looks on this picture. And this G-code, of course, go to the machine. And what is the post-processor components? As maybe you already know, since SolidCAM 2010, we have just GPP and MAC file. From 2011, we divide this MAC file into the two different MACs. Basically, we have now the GPP, PRP, and VMID file. And the future thing is that for the SolidCAM 2014, let's say SP1, we will have you will need just GPP and VMID, because everything what is inside the PRP will be moved inside the VMID. So everything what is inside the PRP you will be able to change inside the VMID.
Okay.
This is a simple thing. It's about how looks actually the GPP file, and how looks the PRP file, and how it looks the VMID file. I will back a little bit onto the GPP. And
Okay.
what is the GPP file? The GPP file actually tells you how G-code will be printed, and the PRP file is basically pre-processor parameters. And here you can add something like, here you have one simple parameter of the machine, which is what is the file extension of the G-code. So whatever you put here, you will have on the G-code .cnc. And this kind of stuff, like, do you have on your machine arcs? Are you supporting the arc cycles? The arc on 3D with quadrants greater than 100 degrees, and so on. And this is such things. Do you have the compensation of your machine, and so on?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Why it has two letters? Like a Y and N from...
Yes, I will explain you that. Don't worry, we have a lot of time, so I will explain you this a little bit later.
Okay.
Don't worry.
At the moment it's just overview, right?
Yes. Don't worry. So we will basically in this presentation go first everything what is inside the GPP file. After that we will go inside the PRP file, and the third thing will be how to edit and how to change everything inside the VMID file. So this is just the introduction, to this training course.
Okay.
Yeah, the VMID file. The VMID file is, how you can see from this structure, it represents your machine. So how many axes they have, what is the submachines. Here on the left side you can add any devices into this tree and so on. On this training course I will explain you every of this and the most of the parameters inside the VMID file. And as I mentioned, the GPP component in SolidCAM 2014, here you will have one more tab which will be the PRP file basically. So everything will be inside here VMID file. And I now create simple slide that present, if you don't have one of these files, you will not be able to generate the G-code at all. Okay. Now, something a little bit about what is the post-processor default directory. You already probably know that inside the SolidCAM settings you have here the default CNC controller, and you don't need to put every single post where is the default. Okay, you can, but if you want to be the expert, if you want to manage your post processors, if you want to put it somewhere where it's not on on this folder, you need to change it. When you change the path to this post processor, if you want to be sure that you define it correctly, you just need to see something here. If you don't see anything here when it's refreshed, you probably need to know that you didn't define correctly your default folder for your part. So I will leave the presentation. By the way, this folder of the training course, this presentation, the post, and the test, I will give you today. I will share with you on by email, so you will be very able to take a look again and to make some tests to work with the post.
Okay, good.
Okay, the default CNC controller. First of all, here I have one part, really doesn't matter, and here I have one post processor. So if I want to change the post processor directory, I need first, if I go to the SolidCAM settings and now I go to the default CNC controller, you'll see that I cannot change now the post processor directory because I'm inside the CAM part. So what I need to do first, I need to go to the SolidCAM drop down menu and go to the exit from the SolidCAM. Now when you exit from the SolidCAM, now you can enter to the SolidCAM settings. Go to the default CNC controller, and here you can change the post directory. It's very good to know also that here you have two simple icons that is very good tools, by the way. Do you want to reset this page, basically what is inside here, or you want to reset all the pages, all these pages? So I very like to use this reset button. Do you want to continue? Yes. When you click this, you see that now SolidCAM load the default CNC folder, and here you have all post that is for this. Okay, I will click OK. And now, because we didn't open the CAM part, you are also available to change the post directory. So let's change it. And here inside the training course, I will give you here the FANUC post. It's basically 3-axis FANUC, basically copied from the default CNC default of the SolidCAM, and I put it somewhere on the desktop and some default folder. And what is the fastest way to change the post-processor directory? Just click here, and here you're getting the link to this folder. And just simple copy this, go to the SolidCAM settings, change the folder, and now you can click enter, sorry, or you can just click here on one drag box menu and it will be refreshed. It's very important to be refreshed. And now you can see that there is just FANUC. There is no turning, CNC controller, milling, and wire cut as well. So I'll just click OK. And for this presentation, I don't know why, but I will load some part. I don't know, not here, but here. Let's say this one. And he now asks, because now this part was open with this post processor, which cannot be found. Do you want to open with another machine? And then select machine. You just need to select yes, and backup and continue. And here it is. Now you have the machine has been changed. It's FANUC, and now here it is. And that's all. Let's back to our presentation. Do you have any question regarding to this?
No, okay, sir.
No, okay.
No, it's okay.
Sorry about a small pause. I'm a little bit sick, so I need to drink something from time to time. Okay, so now let's move to the GPP. Now every slide from this is about the GPP file. And the main structure of the GPP consists of the procedures. So somebody calls that these procedures are basically routines. So terminology for what I'm saying now is the procedures or routines. I will use in this training course the procedures. So what is the procedure? So you can see on the left side some example what kind of procedures we have. We have the rapid move, we have the line, we have the drill, and every single procedure starts with this at symbol. It's very important. You can type it wherever you want, and you need to start with the at symbol and no spaces between these two. This is very important. When you want to close the procedure, you just need to put this end P, which basically means end procedure. And you can see this picture. And here we have the start of file, procedure, end P. And everything here between is procedure body. We will talk a little bit later about that. Just you need to know how to work with these procedures. We will very deeply go what is these procedures, you will need to spend a little bit time on this to actually understand how these procedures actually works. But I will try to explain to you in a few slides how basically it works. So I will now move to the next slide. So I created one simple CAM part. As you can see here, we have some external and internal profile operation. which of course have some, arc movement, some, some lead in, lead out. Here as well, the same thing is. And okay, so what is the difference? Here we have the linear move Z. So this is just the linear move Z. Then we have the linear move in XY plane. Then we have some arc. Then again some line, arc, line, arc, line, arc, line, arc, line, and then again line, but with the rapid move. This linear move Z is also the rapid move. Of course, the same thing is here on internal ToolPath. The same thing. So we have the rapid move, some lines, arcs, and then again linear, and that's it. What is the difference between these two is here you have the linear Z movement. Basically, this green line means this is the start of the program, and as well is the start of job. So the start of job means start of operation. So when I said start of job, I mean start an operation. And here actually start, we have the linear, this is the link, and so on and so on. And here we have again the link, and then here the end of job. Here is the end of job and rapid move. Then tool needs to move here, which is basically this is the second operation. And then we have again here the procedure, start of job, rapid move, line, line, arc, and so on and so on. So in the next picture you will see a little bit, it will be more interesting for you. So here it is. So when you see this ToolPath, you need to understand what kind of procedures will come from the system. Maybe you already know that some of the CAM systems have some kind of, internal language, which is basically some G code, and then they are using the post-processor like some translates tool to create a ToolPath for the particular machine. SolidCAM doesn't have that, but basically they use the procedures. They divide the ToolPaths into some procedures, and inside these procedures you have some kind of information that you can use it and print it as a G code. Yeah, this is a little bit complicated, but I guarantee that you will understand in a few more slides. So here it is. Here we have the start of file, start of program. Then we have here as well. I didn't put every single procedure what is inside this these two operations, but this is just for example. So here we have the start of file, start program, and then we will have the start of job. Then we have, I don't know, machine plane, change tool, and whatever. And then here we have this line is basically the align procedure, which will have this symbol and line. Here is the arc. After that it comes line, arc, line, arc, line, arc, and so on. And here we have the end of job, as I already told you, with some rapid move. Here also we have the rapid move. Okay, so here we have the start of job because it's another operation. Then we have the line, arc, line, and so on and so on. And of course on the end we have the rapid move, end of job, and then end of program. So basically SolidCAM defines and divides this ToolPath into some procedures. And then he calls these procedures from the GPP file. By the way, this is the all procedures or ToolPath commands in SolidCAM. If you copy this GPP tool, which is, I don't know, somewhere on your computer, and you put it by default enter the C drive, you will be very able when you click on some of these ToolPath. So if you click on these two or on these links, you will get the link to this procedure. So I will do this just to show you. So my default is somewhere here it is, GPPTool help. So I will copy and I will just paste it here on the C drive. I think that I cannot because I don't have the privileges. Okay, just I want to change this. Okay, I have the full control. Okay, I will need to change that. But probably if you have a Windows 7, you will be very able. Just paste it here, and that's all. You will be very able to click on this, and that's all. Okay, so I want to back a little bit on this part. How you will know? Let's see. Here we have some face milling. Sorry, and let's practice a little bit. Here we have the start of job, start program. Then we have some rapid, then we have some line, then we have some arc, line, and so on. Till here. After that we have some rapid move, end of job, end of program, and so on. But the question is, how you know what procedures exactly will SolidCAM call? How you can know that? And this slide is just about that. I will back a little bit on this trace statement. Just I want to show you this GPP. And here you can see that we have some initial post. I will explain you. For today, I will explain you just this procedure, this single procedure, which is most important procedure inside any post processor. Then we have, let's say, start of file, end P, start program. Here is end of file, relative mode, machine plane. And you can see that when you have here machine plane, just after that we have an NP, which is basically end of procedure. And so on and so on. But now is the question, as I already told you, how I know what kind of procedure will SolidCAM call from this GPP file. And this is about the trace statement. First, I understand that I will move. First, where the trace statement is placed. This what actually trace mean? Here is the trace format, and be sure that you remember this, because you will have one test after this, or after second training course. I don't know, but be sure that you will have the test about this GPP, just to know what is your level after this training course. So here we have some trace, and then what is the procedure? Then we have these commas, and then the trace level. So I will in next block I will just put how you can trace something. So you can trace, and you can set all. I want to trace all, and then the trace level. The trace level can be 0, can be 1, or can be 5. And here is the description, and I will try to explain you in very easy way. So here is the level definition. What is when it's 0? What is when it's 1? And what is if it's 5? Basically, what is 5? We don't have anything when it's 2, 3, 4. So let's take a look a little bit. Now I will generate the G code. And here you can see the pure G code. You can go on the machine. Everything is clear, everything is smooth. Okay, but how SolidCAM knows that he needs to print this? That he wants to print M8, that he wants to print whatever. How he can understand that? And how he can understand what is the format of these codes? That is with decimal point or with this 0 or whatever. Why this S, which is spindle speed, doesn't have this dot as well? And so on. So this is about the trace statement. Let's take a look. In every single post processor, in this init post, which is the first procedure, you have on the end you have this trace. You see? So, and as you can see, it's closed. This semicolon, this is the semicolon symbol, and it means this is just a comment. So if you delete this comment, now this trace is active, and you can see trace all 5. If I put here the 0, nothing will be changed. So basically when I generate the G code is the same. If I change trace to be 1 and I save it, now if I generate the G code, what we have here. So this is about the procedures. So what is the difference? If you can see on the right side, you can see the G codes. Basically the same thing for the machine. Okay, what I show you on when the trace was 0. But on the left side, you can see the procedure. By the way, can I stop for 5 minutes of break? Is this a problem? Just
Okay, no problem.
okay, just 5 minutes, okay, guys? Maybe even less. Okay, stay there.
Okay.
Okay, guys, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are still here.
Now I will continue. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so I cannot speak continuously for more than half of an hour. Okay, so what we have on the left side is the procedures. So this is what SolidCAM generates for this face mill operation when he have this ToolPath. And here it is. We have, I will just split this screen on the right side, and I will put SolidCAM on the left side. So let's analyze a little bit. So I will put this, and here it is. Okay, so here the tool is here. So by the way, the tool is not here, but now we start generating the toolpath. The first thing but SolidCAM will call is the starter file. And after the starter file, he prints this simple 4 blocks. After that, he calls the VMID info, and as you can see, there is no information for this. So even if SolidCAM calls this VMID info, you don't need to print anything inside this procedure. So, and here what we have, it's absolute. SolidCAM calls the absolute mode, and then it comes G90, machine plane, G17. Then he calls start of program. This is by default. Then he calls the start program, and then G80, G49, G40, and so on and so on. And here you can see this is the header of the every toolpath. And after that, here you can see the home number. It's G54, and then because there is some kind of operation, here you can see there is change tool. Now basically the change tool is we are not changing the tool, but we are switching the tool what we want, and there is some G code, G89, G28, Z0, and so on and so on. And here it is. After that, we have calling the rapid move. We have starting the tool, basically the rotation of the tool, which is with this spindle spin of 5003 on the clockwise direction, or counterclockwise, clockwise direction, I guess, and M8 by default. And here it is some, here is the start of job. Nothing has been printed. We have some few messages, which is basically the comments for the controller. Now the toolpath has start. And what we have here, toolpath info, nothing has been printed here, but now we have the rapid move. And here it is. Rapid move is basically come to this point. Then what we have, X, Y, and Z20. So here it is. This is that point. Now again he calls the rapid move, which is Z2.5. Here it is.
Is it another point?
Yes, is basically the another point, and you can define it. Just I will go to the levels.
No, I mean the rapid move. Yeah.
Yeah, there's two rapid moves.
The 2.5.
Yeah, this is 2.5 because this is the safety distance.
Yeah.
So here is on the toolpath, you can see that SolidCAM divides this rapid move onto the two rapid move, which is basically to this, and then 2.5D. This is the 2.5, and this is the point of the 2.5, and then we have the line. So everything below this is with G1, and you can see that it's Z is on the zero level, and this is the point. Now they're coming the toolpath info. I will explain you a little bit later what is this toolpath info. Basically, now you have something that is called now tool approach, and after that we have the line. Just a sec to zoom out. So the line is, because the tool now is here, we want to move it here. And what is the point? X24. F is the feed. And you can see that it's true. X24, you can see here is the coordinate system, and here it was minus 218, and here is X24. And basically after that you have few lines. Why is the line? Because this arc has been divided into the line segments. If I go now to the, let's see, if I go to the PRP file, let's see. So this is the good example why he is dividing this toolpath into the linear segments. So you can see that there is a lot of lines, which is basically the arc. And in one moment, in this moment, the arc has been closed. How I know? I know because here on the next line is minus 280, which is, now it's in this point, and after that is in this point. And so on and so on. There is a lot of toolpath here. But why he is dividing the line into the linear segments? It's because the PRP file. Inside the PRP file you can, define how you want to, a lot of things you can change here, but one of them is do you have the arcs on your machine as a cycle? And here is no. I will explain you why is the double. Basically one N is enough. And so on and so on. So it's no. If I put yes, the arc will come. Just I want to check what we have inside the arc. Okay, we have the arc procedure, but it's not calling by the SolidCAM by default. So this is a little bit advanced, but let's change here the PRP arc exist. Okay, so I will just change it to yes. I will use. By the way, I'm using always the shortcuts with Control S, which is basically the save. And here it is. Now I save the PRP file. As well, I'm using. I never use this file save. I just use the shortcuts to show. Okay. Now.
Yes.
Now, when I change the PRP file, there is a big difference between the PRP file and GPP file. When you're changing something inside the GPP file, you don't need to close the project and to reopen it. But if you want to take effect for changing the PRP file, so let's, in this example is do arc exist, you need to reopen the part. And the fastest way is to just go to the SolidCAM drop-down menu and go to the recent parts and just switch the first one on the top. Here it is. Now if I generate the
No need to restart SolidCAM, right?
No, not at all. Just
Just reopen the part.
Yes, correct. You don't need to go exit from the SolidCAM, go to the open or whatever. It's just enough to go to the recent CAM parts and just click on the first top one. Okay, so let's now generate the G code with this trace. With this trace, where it is? When the trace is 1. We are still in explaining what is the trace. What is this just, okay? So I will now generate the G code. And first of all, as you can see now, the G code is much, you know, much not so large. It's very no such G codes that is very complicated. And let's see. I don't want to explain you about the header because the header is the same. But here now we have the line. Basically we have the two rapid moves. Hey, by the way, I will put you on the mute, so because I'm getting some sound from you. If you want to put some question, just raise your hand. There is some option to raise your hand, and I will put you on. I will unmute you. Okay. Okay. So after that, let's analyze again. We have the two rapid moves. Then we have the line, which getting here, and then we have the arc. And here it is. We have the line, and then the arc. And the arc is in this format. It's basically the G2. If it's clockwise direction, if it's counterclockwise direction, is G3. So here is G2. It's clockwise direction. And here is the G3 if it's counterclockwise direction. And here it is. And you can see that the G code is much smaller than this one before. And what we have on the end, of course, we have the rapid move, end of job as the end of operation, end of program, M30, and then we have some home data and end of file. Inside the end of file, we are just putting this comment, which is basically end of program or whatever. And this is all about trace statement 1. So now you know what is calling from the left side when you have something. So why the trace 1 is important? If you want to change something, let's say if you want to change this comment, or if you want to change this date or whatever, you know from which procedure it's calling. So let's say it's from the start of file. Okay, great, I will copy this. I will go to the GPP, go to the find, paste it, hit enter, and here it is, start of file. And here you can see that is some program and so on and so on. The main thing about this procedure body and how to put the comments, how to put variables, how to change everything here, we will teach a little bit later. Maybe not even tomorrow, not even today, but tomorrow. Okay. Great. Let's move to the trace. About this trace statement and this slide, which is debug mode, I will not talk now. It's very good tool, but just forget it about now. I will back here on this slide a little bit later. Okay, this is the slides that I already explained it. When its trace level is 0. It's basically the same, the G code. Now, what is when the trace level is 1? You see, I already explained it. What is it? And now the trace level 5, which is maximum information. As you can see here, it's it's a nightmare if you see it in the first time. And so let's change now the trace level to 5. How we can do this? Go into the first procedure, which is initialization post, and here we have the trace. And let's change this to 5. And now I will generate the G-code. And here it is, a nightmare. So on the left side you have the procedure, basically the same thing like we have in the trace one on the left side. So you can see the change tool, the start of job, the job plane, the message, the rapid move 2 times, the line, and then we have the line arc, line arc, line arc, line arc, so on till end of program, home data, and end of file. But your question could be now, what kind of things are now here on the right side? I don't understand. What is this on the right side? This is basically the variables. So every of these procedure have a group of system variables. So when SolidCAM calls the start of file, he calculates all of these variables, and there is a lot of variables inside the GPP, the SolidCAM. So let's discuss a little bit later about these variables and how we can use it. But basically this is the main thing, how to change the trace, and when you need to use the trace 0, 1, and 5. This is very important, and you will see in the next few minutes when and how you need to switch this trace. Okay, this is a little bit advanced. I want to go back into the trace statement 1. I will save this. I will generate the G-code. Okay. Okay, so I explained you. Okay, I want to change something here. Let's see. I generate here the G-code first with trace 0, let's say, which is basically the pure G-code. And now you want to change something. So you want to change whatever. And let's say that here I want to change, I don't want to print this. I want to change something here. And what is the workflow? Okay, I don't know from which procedure SolidCAM give me this. So I need to first to see on which procedure this is coming. So I generate the G-code with the trace statement 1. Okay, great. So I analyze and I can see that it's coming from the start of file. Okay, let's go to the start of file. And here it is. It's starting from here and it's ending here. And let's change something here. I want to change something. So I can change something or I can add something. So let's say that a customer wants to print where the CAM part is basically on the computer. So how we will know is this a system variable or not. So let's change the trace to 5. I will generate the G-code. And here it is, start the file. As you can see, here we have some variables, like is program number, G file name, it's tab, so you can see that it's tab. What is the part name? It's 2.5D milling underscore y underscore SolidWorks 2013, which is basically this. What is the part full name? And here it is, part full name is where this file is located. And this is the thing that we need. So I will copy this variable. So this is just the variable that I need. I don't need this. This is the value for the variable. So I will just use this name. I will copy. Let's go now to the SolidCAM, to the GPP, sorry. And I want to put it just below the date. I will explain you about these curly brackets and how to put it and what actually that means, but I just want to show you the workflow. Now I will leave the comment. Let's say path to part is, and then I want to see the part. So I just copy the variable. I will just paste it. So it's part full name. And I will close the bracket. And I will say this. And now I want to change the trace to be 0. And now I will generate the G. I will recalculate and generate the G code. And here it is. We changed it. Here, just below the date and some comment, we have path to part is, and then the value for this variable. If I generate now the G code with trace statement 1, and I say this, I generate it, you can see that it's coming from the start of file. And here it is. I think it's not so complicated. By the way, I will now unmute the VR. So if you have any question, I will be very glad to answer on them. So the question for till now.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the difference the trace all 1 and 5?
With the trace 1 and 5?
Yes, because just now you give the 5. It's coming for the different type of how to create NC file.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes. So I will explain one more time.
Because I'm confused with 1 5. So they're going to where this one's confused. Sorry.
No problem. So just take a look once again. I changed the trace to be 1. When I generate the G code, basically this is not more the G code. It is, but it cannot go on the machine. Okay, guys. So this is just for the post-processor guys. It's not for the customers. So this thing cannot go to the machine.
Okay.
So on the right side, you have the G code. What can go on the customer on machine, but on the left side you have the procedures. You have the procedures that is coming from the system, and now you know from which procedure it's coming.
Okay.
And when you so now the question is.
So.
I will change this to 0.
Okay.
Now I generate the G code. Of course, I will get the G code that is coming on machine. And I said one example. What if I want to put some information on the header? So because customer wants to know where this part is. This is just for the example. And then I show you, okay, how to know where to put it. So I decide to put it here in the start of file because it's on the beginning. And then I leave some comment, and here it is. But how I know what kind of variables I need to use? This is why trace statement 5 you need to have. Go to the trace statement 5, then generate the G-code. And now from the right side, so you can see here, now you have here on the left side still the procedure that is coming, and it's the same for the as on the trace statement 1. But on the right side you have all system variables that is coming from this procedure. About the variables we will talk a little bit later, okay? We will discuss more about these procedures, variables, what kind of variables we have, and so on. This is just short example. I don't want from you to understand on the early beginning, okay? I will repeat this procedure about these procedures and variables many times from now, okay?
Okay.
So what I decide I need this value. I want to put it inside the G-code for the customer. So I want to use this part full name, and then I put it in the start of file, and here it is. It looks complicated, but it's not actually. It's by the way, it's not an easy job to understand the post processors. And you need to work a lot of time to understand it, and when you understand it you can change it whatever you want. So be patient, try to work hard on this, and nobody understand these post processors in one day, okay? So we will talk a lot of time in next 1 week, okay?
For this one, for real, if we want to send G-code to the machine, you still need to add parentheses, is it? If it is a comment.
Yeah, if this is a comment, we need to have the brackets, let's say.
Yes, yeah, it is, right?
Yeah, it is right. So I will put the brackets as well, and I will save this.
Yeah.
Then I will generate the G-code.
That is the correct.
But of course, this is the trace statement 5. I need to change this to 0.
Okay.
And then now I can generate the G-code. And here it is. Now this is the comment, and here it is. Now it's in the brackets. Now it's okay.
Okay, now it's
So how I add it? Just a few things. So I put NL, which is basically new line, and then I put this quotation mark, which is basically leave the comment. Not leave the comment, but whatever you put inside these two quotation mark will be printed as a comment. So this is a comment. You see this blue? It's a comment because it's between these two quotation marks. So here quotation mark is open, and here is closed. And now it comes the variable. Variable is changeable thing, is whatever it's by the system. This is the system variable. And here, instead of part full name, this thing will come. And after that, again, I use the quotation mark to close the bracket, what will be printed inside the G-code. And then I close the bracket. Close the quotation mark, and then I close the bracket. Don't worry about these symbols and how and when you need to use it. I will explain you that in the next few slides. but I want to mention what is, you can see this slide. Here you have the line procedure, and then we have some user 1, user 2. It doesn't really matter. What this slide is about. It's very hard to understand, but it's basically very simple. Let's say that you see this bracket, and here you have 1, 2, 3, here you have 1, 2, 2, and so on. Let's generate the G code with trace statement 1. Ray, by the way, I will again just turn off your microphone. So, okay. So I will generate the G code with trace statement 1, and I will save this. Let's generate the G code. Okay, and maybe you can ask, why here I have 1, why here is 0? Let's find why here is 2, and so on. Here is just 1, 1, 1, here is 0, 1, 1, and so on. So it's not so easy to understand for the first time, but I will try to explain you now. I will put this G code on the right side, and I will put my text editor on the left side. Here 1 means I already have the start of file inside my GPP file. So when I go to copy and to find it, sorry, without the space, here I can find the start of file. So basically 1 means you have it inside your GPP. 0 means you don't have it inside your GPP, so I don't need to define it inside of it. So when I use this and copy, and I enter and I hit enter, you cannot find it. Why? Because you don't, basically customer don't need any information from this VMID info, and also from the, let's say, from the T matrix, from the setup, from the job plane, from the T matrix. So basically we don't have this procedure, and this is the system procedure, but we are not using any information from this, and because of that we don't have any G code on the right side of this. Now the question is, why here is 2? What this actually mean? Let's go here. So you can see the change tool is 1, and here is 2 and 2. What this actually mean? I will go to the change tool. Here I have some shortcuts. I will talk a little bit later, I mean tomorrow, about this ultra edit and the text editor that you need to use if you want to be able to very efficiently, with high efficiency, change the posts. Basically you can use the any notepad or notepad++ or ultra edit, whatever text editor is good. But if you want to have this let's say painted text, you need to use or ultra edit or notepad++ with this function list as well. I will talk about this tomorrow. So what is this tool? Let's go to the change tool, and here I have some shortcuts. Basically I can just find it here, or basically I can just double click on the change tool. He will bring me to the change tool procedure. And I want to show you. You see, this procedure is a little bit large. It's ending here, and it's starting from here. But here we have a lot of things. Not so complicated, but let's see what is what. So by default, you have here NB, which is new block, and print me this G91, G28, Z0, and G90, and you can see it. Find the change tool. Here it is, and this is the comment. So basically, this comment is this one. Let's go a little bit down. This is M01. Here it is. Then we have something like M6T, and then after that the tool number, which is M6T1. What we have else? Then we have G90, G00, G40, and G54. Here it is. It's G, and then 53 plus home number. In this position is the home number is 1. So the 53 plus 1 is 54, which is basically now here will be G54, like here. And what else? We have here now the G43, H. This is, you see, it's punctuation mark open. Then we'll leave the comment, and not the comment. Basically, you will print this inside the G code. And then let's close it. And after that, I want to use variable, which is tool number. And the tool number is 1. The D, the tool number, which is in this case is 1, plus 30. So it will be D31. So you can, now you can read the GPP very quickly. You know how to, what will be printed, and in what format will be printed, and so on. Now I think that you will be able to see which things is coming from which procedure and how to read what is inside one change tool. Okay, but let's back to what is this 2? This 2 number. It's basically the call option. You can call any single procedure inside one procedure. So you can see that we are inside the change tool, but we want to call the rapid move, and we want to call start tool. And this is why we have here the 2 and 2. But how to change to be here the 2 and 3? Let's say here 3. If I remove this start tool procedure, I'll cut it, go to the rapid move, I will go to the rapid move, and here I will call start tool, and now I save it, generate the G code, and here it is. Change tool is calling, change tool is calling the rapid move, but rapid move is calling the start tool. And you can see now 1, 2, 3. And this is the slide about that. So if, let's say, this is the example. So if line procedure calls another procedure, and this procedure calling another procedure, you will receive 1, 2, 3. If this line calls user 1 and calls user 2, you will get 1, 2, 2. Maybe you can ask now, why we need this 0, 1, 2, and whatever. It's basically for you to understand that after the change tool and this rapid move and start tool, why this start tool is calling from the change tool. So let's see what is the effect if I delete this call start tool, and I will go to the change tool, and let's delete the rapid move, and I will save this, and now I will start to generate the G-code. Here is the change tool, but after that there is no rapid move, of course, with this and with this 1 or 2 there is no rapid move, and there is no start of tool procedure. So what is the point? The point is in every single procedure you can call another procedure from the list or from this GPP, and it's very useful when you are creating some posts that you don't have everything inside one procedure, but to divide in some more procedures and to use it. And maybe, yeah, and for you need to know that maybe it will be a little bit confusing, and it is in this situation, but what you need to know? You need to know that these procedures is not important where it is inside the GPP. Basically, this call proc can be on the end of the GPP or here or whatever. It's not really important. If SolidCAM calls the start of, let's say, the start of file, whatever you put it inside the GPP, he will understand that, okay, I found the GPP file and now execute this. So if I copy this or cut it, so now we don't have it now here, I will paste it somewhere here. But be sure that it's not inside the one procedure that is, divided. The procedure the same thing will be here. So still you will have here the start of job, the start of file, and so on. So you can see start of file. SolidCAM calls the start of file, but it doesn't matter where it is inside the GPP. It can be anywhere. But when you go to the start of file, just I want to refresh it. Here it is. When I go to the start of file, now it's very important what is the order, and this is the order what will be printed. And this is all about this slide. Why you need this information, and by the way, this will be also on the test. So how to manage this? So just I will give you, by the way, I told you that I will give you this training course presentation, but after this presentation I will generate this recording. This training course is recorded, and I will share the recordings with you, so you can again watch this video and see if something is not understand for you. You can always ask me. By the way, do you have any question? Ray, I will unmute you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. I just now also tried to one of GPP file I take. The trace all I put one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After I file and save, after I go SolidCAM, I G-code generate, but still I cannot see for your just now I see
yes, because one thing, just see on my screen. Be sure that you don't have this semicolon, this symbol.
Which one, sir? I cannot see one second.
Here. Just see on my...
Okay, I just need, sir. I see.
If you delete this, then SolidCAM will understand this trace. So maybe you can see that inside the one GPP there is a lot of these symbols. And what actually that means? This is just a comment for the post-processor guys. So on the beginning you can see I can put here this semicolon and said machine name, and it's Fanuc, let's say 3-axis. Now you can add one more semicolon and let's say customer.
Okay.
And whatever.
Name.
The name. And
okay.
This will not be executed. Basically this is just when you open the GPP you can see this. And here it is also. You can see this is the semicolon and then jump to end. Someone leave this comment. Then this is non-GPP variables. This is GPP variables. This is just a comment that you can read it. So here also you can type SolidCAM version and leave the comment. So let's say, and now everybody who is opening this GPP file, they know that you work with this version and you set up the post-processor for this version. And they know now, okay, great, now I know what we need to change here because there is a lot of changes in, let's say, SolidCAM 2016, you know. So this is just the comment for the post-processor writers. If you want to use the trace, you need to remove this.
Oh, okay, okay, I try now.
Okay, by the way, guys, I think that you, I hope that you...
Yes, okay.
Is okay? Okay, great. I hope that you enjoy. I will remember that we are on the 18th slide. And we will continue tomorrow at the same time. I will now, after this, upload this video, training video. And I will share with you also...
Excuse me.
Yes.
One more question.
No problem.
Trace number 0. What is different between trace number 0 and if we comment that line?
Can you
is there
repeat?
Some different when the G code come out?
You mean if it's 0 and if it's 1?
No. If we comment the trace line, like we comment not execute in GPP file, and what is different if we just use number 0?
I'm not quite sure.
Like you say when we need G code without any like a detail, we can use a semicolon to comment that line, trace or number 1 or like that. If we comment that line by semicolon, when it's compiled, it not execute, right? Yeah, but what is different if we just change it from 1 to 0?
From this trace or the procedure?
Yeah, in this trace. Okay, if it is number 0, which means there is no any detail, is it, when G code come out?
Correct, yes.
Yes, but same or not if we just comment that line.
Yes, I understand. If it's 0 here and you save it, the same thing, it's not really, the difference. You will receive, the pure G code. And if it's with this comment, and if I save it, the same thing you will get.
Okay.
Yeah, one more thing for the end. Let's say that you want not to trace all the procedures. Let's say that you want to trace just one or of them, or maybe two, or whatever. Here you just need to go here and type whatever processor you want. So let's say change tool. Okay, and I will save this and I will put to 1. And now I will generate the G-code. And what we have here, everything is for the machine, but the change tool is traced with 1. Or you can trace it with 5. So you can generate the G-code, and you will see everything what is for inside the change tool. So here is the pure G-code, and then you have the change tool, trace it, and then again pure G-code. This is a little bit advanced, but it also will be on the test. So just remember this. So now let's say that I want to have pure G-code. Just I will put here semicolon to close it, and I will say this and let's say generate, and again pure G-code. Okay, I hope that you enjoy. We will continue from 18th presentation, and after we reach some point I will give you the first test and to see what is that. By the way, till tomorrow, if you will have enough time, please watch the videos that I will share with you. Repeat everything what I said. I will give you also the presentation. I hope that you enjoy. If you have any more question, I will ask on them, and after that we will close the presentation.
Okay, something.
That's okay.
Okay, I try to work it out. Tomorrow anything, tomorrow I will feedback.
Okay. Okay. Guys, have a nice evening, and we will be in touch tomorrow.
Okay.
Same time.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Bye.